Good morning, everybody. Well, evening for a lot of you in Europe. I just saw somebody say they had Huddle House for breakfast. Now I'm really jealous. I didn't eat breakfast. I slept in this morning and I woke up and like pretty much got on here to start doing this right away. Just catching up with the chat here, guys. For any of you that haven't been here before, this Sunday morning coffee stream is literally just to sit here and talk to you guys and get to know you guys and kind of keep it light on the reactions. Just sit here and talk. Just hang out, have a good time. $144p auto from YouTube. Why not? That's awesome. Oh man, Brad, that's, oh, you know, we were talking about, Corey Crawford retiring yesterday and the day before. And like, I feel like it's needed, man. Like those guys need to take care of their health. I know they love playing and stuff like that, but Corey's, Corey's been suffering for a while now. I'm actually happy to see him retire. What's for breakfast? I don't know. I'll probably just eat a Pop-Tart after this, to be honest. I need to adjust the truss rod on my Chapman ML1 Pro. Any tips? Truss rods are interesting. If you don't feel comfortable, I would highly recommend taking it to somebody that knows exactly what they're doing. When I adjust truss rods, I do like a quarter turn at a time. I barely touch the truss rod. You just do tiny little turns until it gets to the point where you feel comfortable. Because if you go too much, you can do some major damage to the guitar. Johan, yeah, so I toured with Van Halen. I was not Eddie's guitar tech. That was a guy named Jim DeFalco. I was the merchandise manager on that Van Halen tour that I did. Before I was teching instruments, I did a lot of merchandise on a lot of tours. What kind of Pop-Tart? I currently have the brown sugar Pop-Tarts at my house. I like those a lot. Welcome, Kevin. Yeah, John has a good point too. John Whitehill. I go to StewMac for a lot of stuff. StewMac has great videos. All the tools and everything they have are great. Brian, the Sergeant York thing is great, man. I was saying a lot of Americans definitely know the name Sergeant York, but a lot of people don't know that full history. I didn't either, admittedly. It was really cool learning about that. Yeah, Logan, Corey's been playing, I mean, at least, 15 years. So I don't think that whole time has been in the NHL. I think he had a lot of AHL stuff too. Sam says I should try and be a tech for Nightwish. I would tech for Nightwish if they came to the States, but Nightwish is one of those crews where like they usually don't get US techs. They bring all their own people. But we'll definitely do more Avatar in the future. I did a Swedish band last night for Monday that's been around for like 25 years that I'd never listened to before, and it absolutely blew me away. I have not been that excited about something new I've heard in a while. Like, dude, I could not believe it. I was so excited. I'm so excited for you guys to see this reaction tomorrow. I wasn't picking my teeth, but no, it wasn't chewing tobacco. It was snus, which is tobacco, but it's not chewing tobacco. Negative 18 Celsius. Ouch. I've not tried the pretzel and brown sugar. So I changed the Sunday stream back to YouTube because I want to keep Twitch exclusive to gaming. And it's fun to be able to just get on YouTube and just talk to you guys in here because a lot more people are more familiar with the YouTube content. So I like doing it on here as well. But then immediately after this, I'm going to go on Twitch and continue my Fable journey. So it's funny, everybody keeps telling me to do the Amaranth cover of 82nd All the Way. It's coming. Like, when I did 82nd All the Way this past Saturday, I also had a plan that this week I was going to do the Amaranth version and the Sabaton and Amaranth live version together. So Mariposa, I've changed out some guitars. So the one back there right now, that is maroon. That's a Gibson SG. It's actually signed by Joe Bonamassa. So I saw somebody say, rest in peace, Alexi, Laiho. I want to talk about that in a little bit, actually. I want to talk about some Alexi stuff. RPG truss rods aren't necessarily complicated. It's just, if you make an error, it's an extreme error. Like, you'll ruin the guitar. Wow, I have slow mode on in chat, and this is still hard keeping up with everybody. Holy crap. How do I feel about Tool? I like Tool. They're not one of my favorite bands ever, but I really enjoy Tool. Like, I'm familiar with all their work, and, you know, when I was playing bass growing up, like, a lot of my time was spent in my bedroom in my parents' house growing up learning how to play Tool bass lines. My reaction to the news of Alexi Laiho passing away was pretty gut-wrenching, to be honest. And I want to talk about that in a little bit, so I'll address that more. But I grew up listening to Children of Bodom. Sorry, still trying to keep up with chat here. Yeah, tomorrow's reaction, I was... I was really... I couldn't believe it, man. You'll see the excitement in the video. Fable 2 is amazing. I wish they had it on Steam, because I would play that next. I'm not necessarily waiting for the new Bandmade album. I just haven't found a way to fit him in again. I will soon. Odell, I will definitely be doing more Tala. I loved it. Try not to get a crush on Elise in the Amaranth version of 82nd All the Way. Okay, easy. I've heard about Brothers of Metal. I haven't done that yet. Yeah, tomorrow's reaction, I'll just tell you who it is. Tomorrow's reaction is going to be to a band that I bet a lot of you are familiar with. I was not. A band from Gothenburg called Evergrey. I am blown away because my introduction to European metal when I was younger was with a lot of bands from the Gothenburg sound. And when I heard that this band was from Gothenburg, I had a certain sound in my head that I thought it was going to be. And when I heard it, I was stunned. Like, I'm excited about this because you'll see the excitement in this video. Like, I was so happy with it. Prime Gaming, yeah, I'm still doing Nightwish reactions. Just not on Wednesdays. Oh, Skylar, thank you. Yeah, Tenside was sick, man. Yeah, the new music video that Evergrey just released. It's called Eternal Nocturnal. It came out 2 days ago. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing more Avatar. I actually used Avatar in the intro to the Evergrey video, because Gothenburg. Dude, Evergrey, man. I just could not believe it. Mariposa, my blue Strat is right here. I just have it on my workbench because I was doing some stuff to it. I actually, the second I finished that Evergrey reaction, I loved that song so much that I went on Discord and everybody that was on, I shared my screen and I forced them to watch it. And I watched Chase when he was watching it, and he just had a smile on his face like the whole time. Yes, Floor is married to Sabaton. The ESP EV1 was actually the birth child of that. That's, I feel like the Floor and Hannes thing is going to become the new EV1. Also, Hannes, which I discovered before I did the Evergrey video, used to be the drummer for Evergrey. So this all like mixed together really well. Ian, I've heard Ghost of Perdition. That's why I haven't done a reaction to it. Yeah, I saw that Floor did a song with Evergrey too. I definitely want to check that out. All right, I'm gonna say this out loud for the first time because I've had a lot of people asking me to check out The Warning. If you hate me for this, I apologize. I've listened to a Warning song. Not impressed. It's like mediocre at best to me. And that's just me. Thoughts on Cradle of Filth? Never really got into them. I know who they are. My friends in high school were obsessed with them. I just never really got into them. I couldn't hear them and tell you, yeah, this is Cradle of Filth. I'm not familiar with their music. I've never seen Bon Jovi live, actually. I toured with some friends that have worked for them, though. There's a Danish band called Dad. Raphael, that's one thing I plan to do. I want to go to our storage unit and bring all my tech stuff home, and I'm going to start doing videos here showing the way that I work on guitars. And like, there's no right or wrong way. A lot of guitar techs do things differently, but I would just like to do videos and show you the way I do it and the way that I've been doing it. Oh, I love Clutch. What album releases am I excited for this year? Excited for new Bandmade. Now I'm very excited for the new Evergrey. Excited for new Sabaton. Trying to think if there's anything else. I see Septic Flesh. I will check it out. Just a reminder, guys, this is not a reaction request line. I'm not mad about it. I like talking to you guys more about other stuff. Greetings from Finland. Terve. Yeah, it is a chase mug. I got a chase mug. Speaking of merchandise, I talked to my friends at Violent Gentleman. They are printing Tank/Violent Gentleman t-shirts and hoodies soon. So once those are available, they will be on Violent Gentleman's website, and I will let you guys know. How long was I bassist? I started playing bass when I was about 13 because I originally wanted to play guitar, but my town that I grew up in, everybody played guitar. And everybody was in a band and played guitar. No, there was no bassist in our hometown that I grew up in. So I traded a paintball gun to one of my friends for a bass guitar. So I started playing bass when I was 13, and then I played bass in jazz band in middle school. And then just kept going, man. So I played bass from about the time, full time from about the time I was 13 until 21 or 2, when I stopped being involved in bands, and then I became a tech. I haven't really thought about my alter ego yet. If Rage Against the Machine releases new music, I'll be all over that. So I completely became a roadie on accident. I was in a band, and I was tired of being broke all the time. And when I had told a band we were opening for that I was thinking about quitting, they offered to take me on tour as a roadie. Nils, it is hard, man. I even mentioned that in the Evergrey video. It takes a lot of restraint sometimes to not listen to more music that I want to do reactions to. Sometimes with bands, I'll like pick out 5 songs that seem popular that I'll do a reaction, that I know I'll probably want to do a reaction to later. And then I'll listen to their other stuff, but save those songs. That's what I did with Orbit Culture. I've listened to a lot of their music. but I saved a few of their popular songs to do more reactions to. Oh, I would love to go to the Scandinavia area someday. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't a cheap Walmart one. I want to say it was a Spider. It was a semi-auto. It was a nice paintball gun. I enjoyed it. I eventually bought it back from my friend because we used to paintball. I grew up in a town of like 4,000 people in the middle of cornfields and woods, and we used to go out to the woods every weekend and go paintballing. I am very excited to hear those songs that Bodum After Midnight is going to be putting out. How am I dealing with the political stuff going on in my country? I'm fine. I'm not going to talk about it on here because we avoid the politics on here, but it's worth talking about, but not here. Chase, buddy, thank you so much, man. Chase Carnison in the house. Pause gang. Love you, buddy. Thank you. I want to do that, Orker. The thing is, we got to birth our daughter first. 2 months from today. Our due date is exactly 2 months from today. Woke up this morning, and she was just kicking Claire. Like, her stomach was just going crazy. It's such a wild thing to see. That is an interesting question. What about John Schaefer from Ice Earth now being wanted by the FBI? We're not going to get into it, but I will just tell you right now, you're not going to see an Iced Earth reaction on this channel after that. I feel bad for the rest of his band members that probably don't align with whatever he did, but I can't support that. Yeah, I will definitely be doing reactions when the new Bodum After Midnight stuff is released. What education did I have as a tech? None whatsoever. Everything I know I learned on the tour from experience. From other people I worked for, from other people I worked with. Good morning from Baltimore. I'm originally from Chicago. That's where I was born and raised. The Chicago Blackhawks are my team. Joel, thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate it. I'm originally from Chicago, but I live in Nashville now. Depends, man. It's such a weird thing for me, man. It's like I want to listen to the music, but there are certain things I can't get behind and support people for, and that John Schaefer thing is one of them. So, as a roadie, there are different jobs you can do, like, but I've done a little bit of everything. The only thing I haven't done on tour is audio. I've done merch, lighting, pyro, guitar tech, bass tech, drum tech, tour management, production management, assistant tour management. Jordan, I don't know, man. Like, I say I'm not going to do Iced Earth, but I might check it out just for the music and what it is. Because, like I said, you know, I can try and separate the music. But I will say, like, watching Iced Earth or Demons and Wizards and seeing John Schaefer, like, I'm probably going to be biased because of what I think about the situation. But, greetings from the Allen Islands. Or, I hope I pronounced that right. You're correct. I have no idea where that is. I have actually not listened to any Ginger songs other than what I've heard so far because that band is a band that I just want to continue my journey with them on here. Interesting about Bad Wolves, I don't know him, but I have a friend who knows him very well, and he's said good things about the guy, so I'm not familiar. Skylar, thank you very much. Another super chat, much appreciated. I have actually teched keyboards, but I say that loosely because it really just involved me setting them up and plugging them all in. Like, there's not a lot of work that goes into keyboards, to be honest. You just need to know how to patch it right and set it up and get the audio. I would imagine Hansi's not happy. So, ooh, my favorite venue in New Jersey? This is gonna be weird. Because it's a tiny little club, but I have great memories there. The Starland Ballroom in New Jersey. That's probably one of my favorite venues in New Jersey. Joseph, thank you very much, man. Banana Suit Fund. Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean, Skylar? I don't know. Richard, not really. I don't. I respect audio guys on tour so much. There's so much knowledge that goes into that. Like, I have the ear that I could mix faders for audio. Like, I know what sounds good, but when it comes to like dialing in stuff, no idea, dude. I'm so lost. Like, I hear our audio guys when they're tuning the PA, they're like, oh, take the 1K up like 2 decibels and take this down 2 decibels. And oh yeah, take like push the low or cut the low and stuff like that. Pennywise, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Like, dude, there's so much terminology with audio where I'm like, I kind of know what it means, but I don't. Oh, I'll do a reaction in a banana suit. That would be hilarious. Yeah, I've been to Starland so many times as well. Yeah, Frederick, I did know that actually, and I know that he took lessons from Snowy Shaw when he was younger, and then after he was doing Evergrey, he was teching for Snowy when Snowy took over for Roban, and then he became their drummer. It's a cool story. It's really cool. I have not played Hollow Knight. Yeah, not too much long left for hockey, man. A few days. All right, this might be a good time to talk about Children of Bodom. So, if we could, because I don't want to miss a lot of stuff in the chat, let's just slow down for a minute. Because a lot of people are bringing up Children of Bodom, and I would like to talk about that. Let me just finish off what's coming up in the chat now. So, let's slow down and chat for a minute, because I want to take some time talking about Alexi and Children of Bodom. So a lot of people have been asking me to do Children of Bodom reactions, and there's a lot of reasons I won't. But the biggest reason is that I'm very familiar with them. Children of Bodom was one of my gateway bands into European metal when I was about 13. When I was going into high school, I discovered Children of Bodom. And I discovered Children of Bodom in an interesting way. There's a website called Tabit, and Tabit is a program for Windows that you can write out tablature and it plays it back in MIDI. And there were a lot of people that did tabs for, it's like the original version of like Ultimate Guitar Pro or Ultimate Guitar Pro version and stuff like that. It had the tabs for songs, and then you could listen to it back in MIDI, like just really bad audio form. And I used to discover a lot of music doing that. I would look at tabs that people made, and I actually discovered Children of Bodom's music from Tabit. Before I ever heard their actual music, I heard tons of like really bad audio forms of all of their tabs. And I was like, wow, this is really intricate and this is really cool. So after hearing their music on Tabit for so long, like I was about 12 or 13, I got Hate Crew Death Roll was the first Children of Bodom album I got. The first song I heard, because it was the first song on the album, was Needled 24/7. Fell in love with that band immediately. And very shortly after that, I got like all their back discography, everything. Like Follow the Reaper, Hatebreeder, all that stuff, dude. And I was just obsessed. Like, high school, the 3 gateway bands for me for European metal, as an American metalhead when I was like 13 getting into European metal, was Children of Bodom, In Flames, Dimmu Borgir. And I there was something about Alexi's guitar playing and just not give a fuck about anything attitude that I found so interesting. And I loved everything. Like, Children of Bodom albums are those rare albums that I can start from start to finish and listen to the whole thing. Like, absolutely love it. Any situation, like, I can listen to them anytime. And over the years, I fell in love with them more and more. And it's a little difficult to talk about. When Are You Dead Yet came out, I was just like sold. Like, when I started getting better at guitar, like kind of recently, and I was teching, like, I would rip like the riff to In Your Face, like the main rhythm riff to In Your Face at like line checks for touring. And, you know, I hadn't checked out any of the Bodom After Midnight stuff yet, and I was going to, and I woke up the morning that they announced his death. I woke up to an email from a press release, because doing these reactions I've gotten on press release emails from labels and PR firms and stuff, and they had a press release that said Alexi had passed away. And I couldn't believe it, man. I was shocked, but I wasn't, because anybody that knows Alexi and Children of Bodom, you know, like, he lived hard. Like, he lived a lot harder than a lot of people, man. And, you know, a lot of people that know him, like, I was watching Devin Townsend's stream the other day, and he said last time he saw Alexi, he's like, he could tell, like, his health was just not good. So, it was a bummer, man. It was a big time bummer. You know, I got to credit Children of Bodom for getting me into European metal, and, you know, a lot of people, as they do right away, were cranking out Children of Bodom reactions like crazy. And a lot of people were telling me, like, you should do a Children of Bodom reaction. And to clarify what I said on my community post, like, I'm not mad at anybody that did one. I don't have a problem with it. I don't care what anybody else does. It's totally fine. But to me, it just seemed wrong. It just seemed like, for me personally, this is just my opinion and where I was at in my head. It seemed like I was taking advantage of the situation, that somebody had passed away and I was going to exploit his death for views on a YouTube channel. And I didn't want to do it. And there were people that made a lot of good arguments, and they're like, yeah, but you could be turning people onto their music that might not have heard them. And yes, that's absolutely true. And there are other reactors that did reactions to him. But, like, when I watch some of these other reactions, when they're like, oh, Alexi Laiho just passed away, and he was in a band called Children of Bodom. And I'm like, you can't even pronounce his fucking name right. Like, it's obvious that you found out he died. And you know what? If you found out he died and you want to check out his music for the first time, that's one thing. But don't pander to a YouTube audience and say you loved this band and not know anything about him. You saw the same thing when Van Halen died. Like, and let's be real, everybody knows who Van Halen is, but, you know, everybody was cranking out Van Halen reactions the day that Eddie passed away. And I don't know, man, there's just something about that to me that's like, I saw somebody just say, like, vulture syndrome. Like, yeah, it seems like they're exploiting it, man. And that's just me. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody that is doing those reactions the day of and stuff like that. I couldn't do it. It was a bummer, man. Like, Claire and I got in the car that day to go to a, sorry, I'm having a hard time right now. Claire and I got into the car that day to go to a doctor's appointment for her pregnancy. And I just told her, I'm like, it's Children of Bodom Day. and I just listened to Children of Bodom all day. That's how I dealt with it. I didn't deal with it by doing a reaction. I just listened to the music all day long. Fuck, I didn't think I was gonna, sorry guys. Yeah, it just the music and his attitude, meant a lot, to me. So, it was a bummer. That's awesome, Silent. Like, that's what I eventually wanted to do. Like, I was debating on whether I was just gonna, like, talk about this on stream or do, like, a tribute thing and kind of go through some of the music that I grew up listening to. But I was worried this was gonna happen. I was holding it together for a while. All right, let's get back to chat. Let's get back on a positive note. What's my take on Yngwie Malmsteen? Incredible guitar player, shithead of a person. Yeah, I could still put that tribute video together. Like, I wanted to do like a timetable of the Children of Bodom stuff I heard in order and just kind of explain to people like where I was at in my life when I heard their music. Cause like, dude, the great thing about music is that you can relate it to a lot of emotional ties in your life. Like, thank you very much for that super chat, man. Our Greek friend there that has the most Greek name ever. Yeah, I'm going to be watching the Bears game later for sure. The great thing about music is that you can tie it to emotional points in your life. And the weird thing is you can almost relive those memories, whether they're good or bad, from listening to music. And I remember, dude, Children of Bodom got me. They're like, Alexi's not give a fuck attitude helped me a lot in high school when, like, you know, I was a weird, I was a weird mix of all these different social stereotypes. Like, I was a 3-sport athlete, so I hung out with a lot of the jocks. But I was also a metalhead, and I skateboarded, and I was into Magic the Gathering, and I was into anime, and I was in band. So I hung out with all these different people. And there were other groups that I, you know, even though I played sports, like, I wasn't jock enough for the jocks, and I would get made fun of and stuff like that. And Children of Bodom's music got me through a lot of that, man. Like, hearing Alexi's just fuck it attitude, like, that music helped me out, man. So I remember, like, hearing Children of Bodom now, it takes me back to high school and remembering a lot of that. Same with a couple In Flames albums. Dude, Come Clarity by In Flames, I was going through, like, a really bad breakup at the time, and I can't hear, like, anything from that album without getting back to... Like, I don't care about it anymore, obviously. Like, I was 19 or something, but, like, it just brings me back to that emotional state. Like, I remember how I felt in that moment just by hearing those songs. And that's the interesting thing about music to me, is, like, you can get transported back to an emotional memory just from hearing the music that you were listening to at the time of your life when that happens. And that's so cool. I will definitely check out the Bodom After Midnight stuff when it comes out eventually. I have not watched Imaginarum yet, but I plan on it. Extinction level event? 3 bassist vocals and a drums? Okay. That sounds interesting. Oh, I forgot about that Children of Bodom Britney Spears cover. Yeah, dude, so high school for me, like, In Flames, Children of Bodom, Dimmu Borgir, they opened me up to metal. And then I got into Dark Tranquillity, At the Gates, Arch Enemy, Soilwork. Those were a lot of my European bands that I listened to a lot. So I'm familiar-ish with Synergy. I know the name, but I couldn't tell you a Synergy song if I turned it on right now. "3 Days Grace got you through messy divorce." It's a great thing about music, man. That was what was funny, Kyle, was that, like, once In Flames got to about, like, Reroute to Remain and, like, Soundtrack to Your Escape and stuff, for some reason the elitist metalheads were like, "These guys aren't metal anymore." I was like, sounds fucking metal to me. I dig it. I did an Insomnium reaction. It got blocked. Sony blocked it. And I loved what I heard, but I can't do any more Insomnium because all their videos are going to get blocked. And that's what's weird, because the YouTube algorithm, it blocks some people's videos, but not others. I might do a reaction when I do the Imaginarium video, like film myself watching the whole thing, but then just like cut it up into just interesting points. What did European metal have for you then? Oh, great question. What did European have that what I was listening to at the time didn't? So American metal has a pretty typical sound to me. It's like heavy and, you know, it's got lead guitar work, but there was something about European metal where, to me, I could feel the actual artistry and the creativeness behind the music more than American metal. So where American metal to me is just pissed off, angry, brutal just to be brutal. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I love American... Dude, when the new wave of American metal hit, and it was like, everybody was about like Killswitch, Unearth, As I Lay Dying, Trivium, all that's like... I loved that shit. But there was something about European metal where I could actually feel the artistry and the creativeness behind the music. And I just absolutely loved it. I will not be doing X-Japan videos on my channel either, because they don't just block videos, they issue copyright strikes. My buddy Chase Carnison got a copyright strike from X-Japan, so I will not be doing any X-Japan. All-star band lineup? That's too hard of a question. You gotta, like, I would overthink that too. I'd be like, who would mesh together? Sandra said, has anybody heard of the Doobie Brothers? I grew up on the Doobie Brothers. My dad got me into that when I was a kid. Sorry if I'm missing any comments, guys. Like, I actually have slow mode on, and this is still going pretty fast. I've heard Beelzebubs. It's awesome. Jesus. Megan says, Nightwish got me through pain of stage 3 pancreatic cancer. That's why I love music, man. It can get you through anything. Axel Rudy Pell. I have heard of that. I need to check it out. Yeah, Des, we don't understand it either. I get it. We're using other people's material. That's like, I get it. It's the copyright claims I get, but like, why strike a video, dude? You're getting free publicity. South American metal. The only South American metal that I was really familiar with that I got into when I was younger was Sepultura. I rocked the shit out of that stuff. And then when Max started Soulfly, I was obsessed with Soulfly too. Soulfly was a big band for me in high school, as well as Sepultura. Album art doesn't really influence my selection of the music that much. But there are albums that have, like, drew my attention from their album art. But I would never get discouraged from buying an album with album art. I mean, God, I'd listen to Cannibal Corpse, for Christ's sake. I mean, that's some of the most disgusting album artwork ever. Blood Red Hourglass is similar to In Flames. I would listen to that then. Galnerius, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I have heard that name. Yeah, coffee's gone. I'm all amped up now for my Twitch stream, which if anybody's interested, right after this, I'm going to jump on Twitch. I've been replaying Fable, which is one of my favorite RPGs ever. And I'm doing a playthrough of that on Twitch, so I'll be doing that after this. And if anybody would like to join, I am on Twitch, and my username on there is TankTheTech, just like here. So you can watch me play Fable. And if you like RPGs and you're not familiar with Fable, check that shit out, because it's amazing. How did I find Maximum the Hormone? How did I find Maximum the Hormone? I know I found him on YouTube, but I don't know how. I don't know if I just randomly ran across them, but once I did, it was on. Like, I listened to all their stuff in like 2 days. Yeah, I used to listen to a lot of Bad Brains. I still do here and there when I'm feeling it. I'll turn on Bad Brains. Legends, man. DC Legends. Yeah, I'm doing Fable Anniversary on Steam. Ryan, I think my battle jacket or my battle vest might still be in like a box at my parents' house. I had an old one. I have no idea where it is. Have I ever used a vacuum cleaner as a roadie? Every single day. Yeah, we vacuum off our drum risers and stuff like that, and I have to vacuum off my tech top and stuff like that. And our stage carpet that we lay down. So we lay down a big stage carpet every day on any stage we're on, and we'd have to vacuum that thing like every other day. No, Chase didn't recommend me Maximum the Hormone. I recommended Maximum the Hormone to Chase. I tried to get into tabletop RPGs when I was younger, but I was more into card games. I played a lot of Magic. I even played the Pokemon card game. Like, a lot of people just collected those cards. I actually played with people. Yeah, I've seen the Nevermind album came out when I was like 5, though. I don't ever remember seeing the cover of that album until I was older. My dad used to just play it. We'll probably do an Extremo. So that's an interesting question. Somebody says, do I plan on listening to any Oriental metal bands? Like, the thing... So many people are so surprised I haven't heard of so many bands, but you gotta understand, like, the music scene in America, a lot of those bands don't get publicity here. It's like, people were like, you're full of shit, you've heard of Blind Guardian before. I'm like, I've heard their name, but I've never listened to their music. They never got a lot of popularity in the US. That's why I do so much European metal on this channel, is because I feel like I'm discovering a whole scene of music that I never even knew about. Oh yeah, I played Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, and then I have one of them on my Switch, but I didn't play it long. I kind of got bored with it. I really liked the originals. Yeah, same in the US. Sabaton, Canada, it's Nightwish. They play way smaller venues in the US than they would play. Like, do I have any story of background in making a music video? I filmed a music video with a band at one of the most haunted locations in America at like 2 in the morning, and it was creepier than hell. Nothing weird happened, it was just creepy. Where do I fall on a band like Tool? Yeah, I like Tool. I'm not overly obsessed with Tool. I don't think they're like the greatest thing ever, but I like Tool a lot. I never did catch them all. I think the highest I ever got was 149 of the original 150. 151 if we count Mew. Actually, Chase... Aussie music? Only Aussie music I'm really familiar with is Midnight Oil, North Lane, and... Dude, why am I blanking out right now? It's like the big deathcore band from Australia. I'm absolutely blanking right now. They had an album called Hate. Somebody, come on, somebody. This is killing me. Because I listen to it quite regularly, and I'm having one of those brain fart moments. I have not listened to Trivium's newest. I haven't listened to Trivium since like 2007. I'm not going to lie. Oh, Neobliviscaris. I forgot about them. Attila. Gross. Oh, yeah. Parkway Drive. Duh. ACD. Of course, ACDC. Toe Hider. There it is. Murder. That's the band I was looking for. Yeah, Parkway Drive is Aussie. 12-Foot Ninja. Oh, Jesus. I just brain farted on all these bands. Yeah, 12. I know a lot more Australian bands than I thought I did. I don't even think we needed to name AC/DC. Everybody knows AC/DC. You're lying if you don't know who AC. They're one of those bands that have transcended pop culture so much that you're lying. That's like when I see people that are like, oh, I'm doing my first reaction to AC/DC. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, Aether Realm, I have not heard of. Thy Art is Murder was the band name I was looking for, though. I listen to them quite frequently. I'll do more Helveti. The problem is I know a lot of their music. Oh, Bellacore. That's another band I've been meaning to check out. Oh yeah, I forgot Airborne was Australian. Might get to Dirt Grey one of these days, sure. I've listened to Alien Weaponry. I've not listened to Shepherd's Reign. Okay, we're getting into dangerous territory of this being a request hotline. I want to keep just talking to you guys about other stuff. Oh yeah, I love Brian Posehn. Dude, we quote some of Brian Posehn's comedy stuff on Discord all the time. His Slayer bit is one of the funniest things ever. I know Chase checked out Shepherd's Reign. I need to check that out. Yeah, I am going to be doing more interviews in the future. In fact, I'm working on an interview with one of Sabaton's crew guys right now. 2 is my favorite Fable, but I actually liked them all. I would usually... So when I played Magic, I would usually go blue and green. But it's been a while. It's been a while since I played. I have not played Valhalla yet. We have picked a baby name, but we're not telling anybody until she's born. Yeah, I have Pokemon Sword on my Switch, but I kind of got bored with it. I'm not gonna lie. Germany. It's only 10:50 here right now. Yeah, I have slow mode on in this chat, and they're still going. No, there's not any AFL games like on network TV here or anything like that, but I get into rugby a lot. I was actually in Auckland in 2015 when the All Blacks won the Rugby World Cup against Australia. It was insane. Yeah, I watch a lot of Jared Dines' stuff. I like it. Favorite guitar brand to work on? I don't know if I'd have a favorite. It's less the brand and more what kind of hardware is on the guitar. Like I like floating bridges and stuff like that. It's easy and body through stuff. I hate working on Floyd Rose stuff and stuff like that. Oh, I was a saxophone player when I was younger. I started in 4th grade and played it all the way through senior in high school. I think it's pronounced Christian. I've heard the name, I have not listened to him. Favorite drummer? To watch play, probably Morgan Rose from Seven Dust. Thank you on the congrats. Yeah, we're 2 months from today is our due date. Worst amp I've worked with? Ooh. Let's think about that. Worst amp. Probably my own. I had an Ampeg SVT4 Pro that was a fucking piece of shit. It was great when it worked right, but God, it got beat up on the road so much I had to get it repaired all the time, and then I finally just learned how to make the repairs myself. Yeah, I was a bass player and a vocalist in a band. I did background vocals years and years ago. Yeah, Gene Hoagland's another one. Neil Peart as well. Yeah, Floyd Roses are the worst. My bass heroes. So when I started playing bass, Ryan Martini from Mudvayne was one of the big influences for me. I spent so much time learning how to play his bass lines. Les Claypool was another one. Love Les Claypool. Yeah, I want to try Escape from Tarkov. I've been seeing a lot of people play that, but biggest boo-boo is a tech? I don't know. I haven't had any, like, holy shit moments. I had a bassist. I'm not going to say who, because it was a pretty intense moment, but I did have a bassist throw a bass at me once. And I just, instead of trying to catch it, I just let it fall, and the neck of the guitar snapped in half. The headstock broke off. I still maintain to this day that that's his fault. Ooh, Shannon Lucas is a good one, too. Kyle, you dug Mudvayne. I get that. Yeah, Joseph. I had a prior commitment. I missed the 7 Dust live stream the other day. Thank you for that super chat, by the way. Could I tech for Petrucci on 1 day notice? That's difficult. There's a lot of variables in there. Depends on if when they tour. Now, in terms of just the knowledge of drums, yes. But I always tell people, the techs that are on the road with these artists, I would say 25% of their job skill is actually what they know. The other 75% of that is knowing the artist. Frederick, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the super chat. So, what... oh my god, I just saw the Berber ding. So, a lot of the value of having your own personal tech is that they know you. They know what you like. They know how you like your stuff. So while they're like, I say this all the time, while there are hundreds of guitar techs in Nashville that may be better than me and they know their shit, they could not walk into my gig right now and do everything the exact same way I do it. It's impossible. Because that's 5 years of experience of working for the same guy, knowing what he likes, knowing how he likes his stuff. So that question that was asked, could I tech for Petrucci on 1 day notice? I would honestly say no. Could I get the drums tuned and set up and cleaned and like in playing order? Yes, but I would not be able to get everything exactly the way that Petrucci wants it and likes it. Ooh, a new battle vest featuring bands from this channel. That would be sick. I could do that. Oh, Brian May's gear is insane. Yeah, exactly, John. I mean, you know. It's not even just that. It's like how they like to be handed their guitar. How they're going to hand it off. Like when to go out and hand it off. You know, and with stuff that we do, I have a lot of pedal board changes I do myself for the guys and stuff like that. So those are the little things that you have to know. What are my thoughts on Gibson acquiring Mesa Boogie? I really have none, to be honest. Companies acquire each other all the time. They probably just did it to make the money because Gibson's been hurting. Like, that's why Gibson's suing the shit out of everybody right now, is because their sales are down and they're trying to make money any way they can. So they probably acquired Mesa Boogie and they're going to still let Mesa Boogie operate as a company. They're going to own them and make the profit. Oh, did I get dyslexic and read that wrong? Did you say John Petrucci or did you say Mike Portnoy? Oh, you were talking about Petrucci. I'm an idiot. But I'm going to still say no. Could I get Petrucci's stuff set up? Yes. Could I do it exactly the way he wants it? No. I don't know how I just got weird and read that wrong. I don't know why my brain was on Mike Portnoy. Oh, Vince is a character, dude. I love that guy so much. I've done a lot of shows with Seven Dust back in the day. It's not hard to self-adjust a truss rod. You just got to go really, really slow. Because if you mess up a truss rod, you're going to mess up your whole guitar. I should not play guitar on stream. I'm terrible at playing guitar. That's what's funny. I'm not a great guitar player. I'm just a good guitar tech. Yeah, I've played quite a few Final Fantasy games. I haven't played any since 7. I think I played almost all of them up until 7. 7 was my absolute favorite. Who's my favorite engineer, producer? Ooh. Oh, Puka, thank you very much for the super chat. That is super nice. My favorite engineer, producer. Ooh. Give me a second on that one. No, you're Mariposa. I screwed that up. I'm pretty sure they asked about John Petrucci, and my mind was going to Mike Portnoy. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do a guitar maintenance video one of these days. I have not watched any of the playthroughs on the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I've heard mixed reviews from my friends that have played it. I like hanging out. So, guys, before this gets even more intense, we're at an hour. This is how long I normally do my Sunday morning coffee stream, so we're going to wind this up. But if anybody still wants to hang out, I go to Twitch right after this. I am streaming a playthrough of Fable Anniversary. Fable is one of my favorite RPGs of all times, and I saw that it was on stream. So I'm going to get on there and do a playthrough of that. But I will still hang out with chat and talk to you guys. So if you would like to hang out some more, feel free to jump over to Twitch. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Yeah, I got it. So I'm going to wrap this up and go hang over there. Oh, there was no rescuing that instrument, Mariposa. It was done. I think it went into a garbage. So, guys, thank you very, very much for being here. I love doing these streams and talking to you guys. Like, I feel like I'm getting to know you guys better, and I get to share some stuff with you. But I'm gonna head over to Twitch, man, and I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the views and likes and shares and all that stuff, all the recommendations. Best way to make recommendations to us is to join our Discord channel, because we have a master list that was created by some great friends of ours that has a spreadsheet for me and Chase that shows all these all these requests and stuff like that. If you'd like to support the channel in any way, I do have a Patreon. The link is right here. It's pretty cheap. I'm not trying to beg for money, and if you can't do it, it's not a big deal. But I do put reactions up early, and I have some other stuff from time to time that I put up, and so my reaction for tomorrow, for example, is already uploaded on Patreon, so you can watch that early if you want to join. But other than that, I'm going to jump over to Twitch and play some Fable for a while, and I hope to see some of you guys over there. So thank you very much for everybody that took the time of being here. I love you guys. I hope this was entertaining and enjoyable for a lot of you. And yeah, I will see you over on Twitch. So thank you very much for being here. New reactions this week, and I will see you guys very soon.